Yah, please fill me with the Ruach HaKodesh, that I may speak your written words with boldness to those who listen. I ask all these things in Yeshua HaMashiach's name, amen. We'll start with the Shema, listen and obey. Children of Yah, pay careful attention and respond. Yahweh is our power and authority. Yahweh works in unity with himself, and you shall act upon your love to Yahweh with your power and authority, with your thoughts in mind, with your entire body, and with all the muchness that you have. 2 Corinthians chapter 5. We know that when the tent which houses us here on earth is torn down, we have a permanent building from God, a building not made by human hands, to house us in heaven. For in this tent, our earthly body, we groan with desire to have around us a home from heaven that will be ours. With this around us, we will not be found naked. Yes, while we were in this body, we groan with the sense of being oppressed. It is not so much that we want to take something off, but rather to put something on over it, so that what must die may be swallowed up by the life. Moreover, it is God who has prepared us for this very thing, and as a pledge, he has given us his Spirit. So we are always confident. We know that so long as we are at home in the body, we are away from our home with the Lord. For we live by trust, not by what we see. We are confident then, and would much prefer to leave our home in the body and come to our home with the Lord. Therefore, whether at home or away from home, we try our utmost to please him. For we must all appear before Messiah's court of judgment, where everyone will receive the good or bad consequences of what he did while he was in the body. So it is with the fear of the Lord before us that we try to persuade people. Moreover, God knows us as we really are, and I hope that in your consciousness you too know us as we really are. We are not recommending ourselves to you again, but giving you a reason to be proud of us, so that you will be able to answer those who boast about a person's appearance rather than his inner qualities. If we are insane, it is for God's sake, and if we are sane, it is for your sake. For the Messiah's love has hold of us, because we are convinced that one man died on behalf of all mankind, which implies that all mankind was already dead, and that he died on behalf of all in order that those who live should no longer live any longer for themselves, but for the one who on their behalf died and was raised. So from now on, we do not look at anyone from a worldly viewpoint, even if we once regarded the Messiah from a worldly viewpoint. We do so no longer. Therefore, if anyone is united with the Messiah, he is a new creation. The old has passed. Look, what has come is fresh and new, and it is all from God, who through the Messiah has reconciled us to himself and has given us the work of reconciliation, which is that God in the Messiah was reconciling mankind to himself, not counting their sins against them, and entrusting us to the message of reconciliation. Therefore, we are ambassadors of the Messiah. In effect, God is making his appeal through us. What we do is appeal on behalf of the Messiah. Be reconciled to God. God made this sinless man to be a sin offering on our behalf, so that in union with him we might fully share in God's righteousness. How can we love our Creator after reading 2 Corinthians chapter 5? We can know that one day we will leave the body we are in and be in a new one made by God. Know that our home is in heaven. Aim to put on the Spirit. Aim to live by trust. Aim to please Yud-He-Vod-He, Yahweh, knowing one day we will have to give an account of what we did while in this earthly body. Some may ask, how do we persuade people? It is by the fear of the Lord, Yud-He-Vod-He. Aim to know others and yourself as you really are. Be proud of others who trust in Yeshua. Aim to be insane for God's sake. Aim to let Messiah's love take hold of you. Know that it is one man died on behalf of all in order that those who live should no longer live for themselves, but for Yeshua, who died and was raised. Look at everyone from God's perspective, not human perspective. Know that if you are united in Messiah, then you are a new creation, fresh and new. Trust that it is from Yud-He-Vod-He, Yahweh, who through Messiah has reconciled us to himself and has given us the work of reconciliation, which is that Yud-He-Vod-He, Yahweh, in the Messiah, was reconciling mankind to himself, not counting their sins against them, and entrusting us to the message of reconciliation. Therefore, we are ambassadors of the Messiah. In effect, Yud-He-Vod-He, Yahweh, is making his appeal through us. We appeal on behalf of the Messiah. Be reconciled to Yud-He-Vod-He, Yahweh. Yah made this sinless man be a sin offering on our behalf, so that in union with Messiah Yeshua, we might fully share in Yud-He-Vod-He, Yahweh's righteousness. How can we love others as Yeshua loves us? We can teach others to be ambassadors of the Messiah. Produce spiritual fruit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, humility, and self-control. And how can we bear one another's burdens? We can help others to be insane for God's sake. And with the Arianic blessing: Yahweh will kneel before you presenting gifts, and he will guard you with a hedge of protection. Yahweh will illuminate the wholeness of his being toward you, bringing order, and he will provide you with love, sustenance, and friendship. Yahweh will lift up the wholeness of his being and look upon you and will set in place all you need to be whole and complete. Amen.